From the elite units of the separatist droid army to psychotic mass murderers that referred to organics as meatbags, we've seen plenty of deadly droids in the Star Wars universe. In this video, we're taking a look at the worst of the worst. These are the 10 most terrifying droids in all of Star Wars. Number 10. BX Series Commando Droids. These separatist battle droids were a clone trooper's worst nightmare. The commonly seen B1 series battle droids were flimsily designed and easy to destroy. It didn't help that they were also quite dim-witted. The same could not be said for the BX series Commando Droid. These were advanced units designed for infiltration and action behind enemy lines, also serving as bodyguards and enforcers for certain high-ranking separatist officials. Multiple squads of commando droids could turn the tide of a battle. They were a match for the most skilled of clone troopers, and could even put a Jedi Master on the back foot in single combat via their impressive skills with a vibro sword. For improved infiltration capabilities, commando droids were able to alter their vocabulators in order to imitate the voices of clone troopers. Commando droids were also quite strong, as one was able to lift Clone Captain Rex up by his neck. Additionally, commando droids were extremely agile and acrobatic, and were able to move and react much faster than a standard battle droid, performing several flips in one. Their armor could tank multiple blaster shots, and they could continue fighting after taking sufficient damage, such as having their legs sliced off with a lightsaber. Unfortunately, a commando droid's lethality also came with a much higher price tag in comparison to a standard B1 battle droid. This prevented them from being mass-produced to the same extent. Number 9. ITO Interrogator Droids. While many droids on this list were lethal in combat, this one was fearsome in an entirely different way. Developed in secret by the Imperial Department of Military Research, ITOs were used by the Empire to extract information from prisoners through the use of mind probes. The ITO was designed around a small spherical repulsor-equipped casing. Around this casing, there were a multitude of devices that were based on standard medical droid equipment, but modified to cause pain and biological degradation to subjects rather than curing them. The droid was non-sentient and designed only to continuously inflict torture upon its subjects until instructed to stop doing so. Its attached devices included a sonic torture device, an electroshock nerve probe, and a drug-injecting syringe, prominently mounted on the droid's side and designed to be as large and intimidating as possible. Other equipment included a chemical torture turret, deployable flesh peelers and joint cripplers, a mind probe, and a truth serum. These are not the type of droid you'd want to be locked in a cell with. Number 8. IG-100 Magnaguards. Magnaguards were fearsome bodyguard droids and a favorite of General Grievous, though they were also known to accompany other high-ranking separatist personnel, including Count Dooku. Originally developed specifically for Grievous, Magnaguards wore cloaks and head wraps similar to the garments of Grievous's old Isvashra elite guard during the general's time as a Kaleesh warlord. Their mechanical anatomy allowed for superhuman acrobatics, speed, and combat ability. A Magnaguard's internal systems were furnished with advanced combat learning programs, which allowed the Magnaguards to learn and adapt to a variety of tasks. Magnaguards were equipped with lightsaber-resistant electrostaffs and were capable of continuing a fight even with the loss of one or multiple limbs, or even their heads. Magnaguards were also capable of speech and were programmed to taunt their opponents. Magnaguards were worthy competitors to step up to even the most skilled of Jedi Masters, fully optimized to battle the Force users. Number 7. KX Series Security Droids. These Imperial Enforcer droids were among the toughest to take down. Sporting larger-than-human proportions, with the agility of a super athlete, they were able to use weapons or just flat-out pulverize enemies with their bare fists. While the Imperial Senate had prohibited the creation of battle droids, the creators of the droid got around this by labeling the KX as a security droid, but still programmed them without the standard restriction against harming organic sentient life forms. KX security droids proved to be a challenge in combat even to lightsaber-wielding foes like Cal Kestis. Number 6. 000 0 and BT-1. What happens when you take C-3PO and R2-D2, paint them black, and give them an endless thirst for blood? You get 000 and BT-1, perhaps the deadliest droid duo in the galaxy. 000 was a protocol droid that specialized in etiquette, customs, translation, and above all else, torture. His fingers contained syringes, scalpels, and other deadly digits to dissect and maim his victims. While Trips inflicted torture, BT-1 brought upon death through his advanced weapon systems. Originally developed by the Empire's Tarkin Initiative, BT-1 was purposely designed to look like an innocent astromech. The homicidal droid was equipped with enough firepower to mow down platoons of stormtroopers. A chain gun, blaster rifles, mini-missile launcher, circular saw, and flamethrower. He was even capable of fabricating his own ammo and deploying a mini-drone. These two primarily worked alongside Darth Vader and Dr. Aphra. Number 5. Droidekas. The Separatist droidekas were essentially rolling balls of death. Shelled in bronzium armor, droidekas came equipped with personal deflector shield generators, so strong they could easily repel or deflect short-range, high-velocity attacks, rendering sidearms or blasters ineffective. The appropriately nicknamed destroyer droids were designed to exterminate their adversaries with extreme prejudice via their twin repeating blaster cannons. They can also fire while their shields were deployed, as they only blocked blasts from the outside. Not only were they deadly, but almost impossible to escape from, as their ball form allowed them to travel at speeds up to 75 kilometers per hour. This made fleeing from them almost impossible. When clones conducted mass attacks, they were scythed down by the droidekas' blaster cannons, and nothing could be done unless the clones could manage to get an EMP through the shield or artillery could be called in. Number 4. Phase 3 Dark Troopers. The third-generation Dark Troopers, as seen in The Mandalorian Season 2, were an amalgamation of previous Dark Trooper and Imperial security droid designs. Dark Troopers were equipped with jet boosters in their feet to enable in-atmospheric flight, and were capable of launching directly from a cruiser, as opposed to having to be deployed in a troop transport. Their armor was very strong, taking direct blaster shots and a flamethrower dousing at close range. That being said, they clearly weren't made of a material as strong as Mandalorian Beskar, because Luke Skywalker's lightsaber cut them like a hot knife through butter. Number 3. Mr. Bones. This reprogrammed B-1 battle droid was straight up psychotic. Appearing in the Aftermath trilogy, the murderous Mr. Bones was constructed by Rebel pilot Temmin Wexley, his parts scavenged on a former Separatist world. He was painted black and red, with the bones of animals bound to his body. At least one of his limbs was equipped with a vibroblade, and half of his head was removed and replaced with a telescoping red eye. His nose was sharpened to a fine point to resemble a bird of prey. Unlike other droids of his class, Mr. Bones was repurposed with various combat droid programs, martial arts videos, and the movement style of General Grievous. Mr. Bones was obedient and affectionate towards Temmin, yet had a sadistic personality and would sing or hum while attacking and maiming his victims. On one occasion, he even quite literally ripped an Imperial officer to shreds. Bones fought and fell during the Battle of Jakku, disintegrated in a friendly fire incident by 2 A-Wings. Temmin nonetheless retained Mr. Bones' programming code, which was later buried with him after his own death during the Battle of Exegol. Number 2. IG Assassin Droids. The IG series Assassin Droids, like the Bounty Hunters IG-88 and IG-11, were elite at capturing or killing their prey. IG units featured integrated concussion grenade launchers and flamethrowers, as well as acid-proof servo wires, flamethrowers, and toxic gas dispensers. Their anatomy allowed them to practically turn on a dime and shoot in 2 directions with 2 blasters at the same time. A group of 4 IG-88s, including the one seen in The Empire Strikes Back, even had a grand plan, the Droid Revolution, where they sought to rid the galaxy of all organics. Moments after activation, they massacred their creators and escaped the lab. Eventually, one of the IGs took over the second Death Star and was moments away from beginning the Droid Revolution when it was destroyed over Endor. Number 1. HK47. This droid might be the single deadliest in all of Star Wars. Appearing in Knights of the Old Republic thousands of years before the Empire, HK47 was a hunter-killer series assassin droid constructed by Revan himself, shortly after the Mandalorian Wars. HK47 was an amoral killer who referred to organics as meatbags. HK47's personality programming caused him to border on sociopathic. The droid enjoyed observing and often causing death and destruction, showing complete disregard for bystanders on more than one occasion. Speaking in his own unique manner, HK47 felt himself superior to most life forms, except for his master, Revan. He was more than willing, on several occasions while serving Revan, to dispose of anyone who mildly annoyed the Jedi. Appearing as a protocol droid and capable in thousands of languages, he was sometimes underestimated until his blaster rifle came out. HK47 had a definite sense of pride and admired Revan, mostly for what the droid considered to be the creative atrocities that Darth Revan performed during his time as a Sith Lord. HK47 used a variety of weapons when confronting a Jedi opponent: a sniper rifle, grenades, sonic weapons, rockets, mines, and poison gas. He relished in destruction and encouraged deadly behavior to his master. Despite his murderous tendencies and desire for destruction, HK47 became a hero of the Republic for his role in defeating Darth Malak and destroying the Starforge. But which of these deadly droids from a galaxy far, far away are your favorite? Is there another you feel should have made the list? Let us know in the comments. Come join us to chat more at our community Discord server, linked in the description. If you enjoyed today's Star Wars video, we've got more on the screen for you right now. Also make sure to drop a like, and if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe to join the Red Squadron. Until next time, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you. Red 5, standing by.